we will discuss about what is a port, what we'll call as one port and two port, and examples of one port and two port. Okay, let's begin. Port. A port is a pair of terminals at which an electrical signal may enter or leave a network is called a port. Here we can consider electric signal may be a current which can enter and leave a network. That one we'll call as a port. Next, one port. A network having only one pair of terminals or one port is called one port network. Means one pair of terminals means two terminal devices. For example, resistor, inductor and capacitor forms one port network because it consists of two terminal devices. It can be represented as one and one dash. That one we'll call as a one port network. And here the current can enter and the current can leave through the resistor. This one called as one port network. Similarly for inductor and also for capacitor. The general formation of one port network can be represented as like this. Here we have considered a single black box, and this one is a current entering the network and this one is current leaving the network. Here one and one dash represents the one port representation and is the voltage applied to the one port network. This is the common representation of one port network. Next, moving to the two port. Two port means a network having two pair of terminals is called two port network. Two pair of terminals means here we will consider four variables. For example, transformer, transmission lines and transistors are an example for two port networks. The general representation of two port network can be represented as this is a black box and we have input variables, that is V1 and I1, and also at the output side V2 and I2. This is at the input side we will represent 1 and 1 dash, at the output side 2 and 2 dash. And this input port we will call as V1 and I1, and at the output side we will call as V2 and I2. This is the general representation of two port network. Okay, here we have four variables V1, I1, V2 and I2. V1 and I1 will consider as the input port and V2 and I2 will consider as output port. To obtain linear equation from port voltages and current, we have to consider two variables as dependent variables and other two variables should be considered as independent variables. Okay. What is the importance of two-port network? The importance of two-port network is to help in performance evaluation, like to find out the input impedance, output impedance, voltage gain, current gain, and also it is essential for transistor and amplifier for modeling. These are the importance of two-port network. As I told, in two-port network we have four variables. Among four variables we can exist into a six possible ways of selecting two independent variables out of four variables, that is impedance parameters, admittance parameters, hybrid parameters, inverse hybrid parameters, transmission parameters, inversion transmission parameters. Okay, in short form, in impedance parameter we'll call as Z parameters. For admittance parameter we'll call as Y parameters. In case of hybrid parameters we'll call as H parameters. And inverse hybrid parameter we call as G parameters, and transmission parameters we call as ABCD parameters. In next video I will discuss about the impedance parameters, admittance parameters, hybrid parameters and transmission parameters. Thank you.